Hey, what's up, everybody? Adobe Masters here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do a pause effect, and it looks really cool when you get it going. So this is what we're going to be doing right here. We are going to be having this footage come in, and you can see how it just slows down for a second, pauses, and then keeps going on the back end. It makes some fighting sequences or really a lot of different things, even like jumping off a cliff or things like that look really, really awesome. So let's get started on how to do this. First thing we want to do is import our footage. I have some footage from my course. If you would like to learn a Premiere Pro through tutorial-based learning, none of that book stuff, just lots of tutorials, then go ahead and check out the link in the description below. I'm going to go ahead and clear the in and out. We're going to be using that later, but it just looks a little distracting right now. So we're going to be going to this punch right here. We want this strong punch. Now, if you just want to do a really quick effect, then you just go in here and you click Insert Frame Hold, and it stops right there. And then it keeps going, and this is how long that frame is. That's your quickest effect, the quickest way to do this. But what we want to do is we want that, classier sort of feeling to it. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to right-click on this, go to Show Keyframes, Time Remapping, and then Speed. What that's going to do is it's going to change this square here to actually be about speed instead of, I believe the default is opacity. Click and grab this top thing and make it really large so we have some space to work with. Go to the point where the punch connects or whatever you want to happen stops right at that exact moment. Go down in here and there's going to be this create keyframe button. If you can't find it, go up to effect controls, go down to into the video itself, and then beneath opacity there's going to be time remapping, and you can do it right here. Now you can also use control, by the way. If you hold control, you can click anywhere along this line to add a keyframe. We're going to take this and we're going to bring it out just about maybe 10 frames, just like so. We're going to then make sure we have the right side clicked on, and we're going to bring this down to right about 10% speed. Right, 11, 10%, doesn't really matter. Then if we click in the center here, we're going to take this and we're going to rotate this just a little to the side. And what that's going to do is make the speed sort of come a little normal and then really rapidly decrease and then level back off before it goes to the bottom speed. We can then take this and move this right and left, and what we want is the right side is going to be the side where the effect is going to end. So we want it right when that punch connects, right there at 148 for me. Whatever the point you want that slow motion to stop, this is where we want it to stop. So right there is where I'm going to leave it. And now you'll see that we have the basic effect. It just slows down. You're going to see it gets choppy here for a second. So now we need to keep going. What the next thing we need to do is we need to, first off, turn on time interpolation. So if we do that, we're going to right click on this, go to time interpolation, and go down to optical flow. What this is going to do is it's going to make this, instead of choppy, it's going to smooth it out. So if we go I and then O, so I'm clicking the I and O key, or you can go up here and hit mark in, go to this next point, hit mark out. It's just a little quicker with the I O key. We're then going to hit the enter button. The enter is going to render out this little sequence right here, and it'll allow us to actually see the slow motion we've generated. And you can see it's looking pretty good right here. It's a very quick, sort of in and then slows down. And it actually does a really good job. There's a couple little glitchy parts, but it's so fast that you don't really even see them. At this point, we're going to make sure that we are right about a little bit afterwards. We're going to right click and then hit insert frame hold segment. And the thing that we don't want is this sort of jump back here. That we don't want. So we need to undo this, go a little bit farther forward, and keep doing this until there isn't that. And you see right here is that point. Sometimes it's just a few frames past wherever this last keyframe is. And that's because the interpolation is creating keyframes between the keyframes within the video itself. So sometimes if you create one too soon, it jumps backwards because this was basically in the middle of sort of a keyframe. That doesn't make sense. That's completely fine. Sometimes you just got to move it forward, create a segment somewhere else. But here we go. So now what we have is we essentially have the fast to slow. So it goes fast and then it stops at the punch. Now we don't want this to linger too long. We want it to have a little effect here. So we're going to go ahead and bring it up. Maybe right about, let's see where we're at, 10. So maybe 7 or so frames. We can adjust this afterwards if we don't like that speed. And then we're going to bring this side in. Now on this side, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and generate ourselves a new keyframe. So again, here or here. Drag this out 10, 7, somewhere around there. We can adjust the speed at any point. And then bring this up. And instead of it going up to 100, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this up to like 150. this is going to create a fun contrast between the slow and fast. So it's going to slow down, it's going to build the tension, and then pause. The tension's going to be at its peak, and then it's going to relieve it with really fast motion for a second. So we're going to have the really fast motion maybe go, I don't know, let's see, maybe like half a second until he's basically back here. And then we're just going to bring it back down to normal speed. So add a keyframe, drag it out a little, bring it back down to 100%. And this one's important because we don't want the rest of the footage. Sometimes it's a little tricky to get this guy where you want it to go. There we go, 100. Okay, so now let's take a look at what we've created here. Again, we're going to bring our in and out points so we're not rendering out things that we don't need and it takes too long. Click the enter key, let it do its rendering, does it pretty fast here. And you can see right there, slow for the really strong punch, and then it slides into the next one really, really fast. And it can come out really cool if you do it properly like this. So you want it to come in, you want it to freeze for a second, pop up to high speed, let that high speed roll for maybe half a second to a second, then bring it back down to normal speed, and it'll really add some oomph to whatever you're slowing and pausing for. So that is how you do the pause effect in Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, if you want to check out my course, go to the link in the description below. I teach this as well as many, many, many other tutorials, and like I said, all the tutorials in the course are like this. You learn a skill. Imagine if you had never seen this before, you've learned how to do time remapping. You've learned how to do a frame hold. You've learned keyframes. You've learned manipulation of the timing. And you learn all this stuff. Instead of me teaching this is how you do time remapping, this is how you do X, Y, and Z, I show you an effect that you can build with all of that, and I just feel like it's such a better way to learn Premiere Pro. So if you want to master Premiere, check out that link in the description below. Thanks everyone for joining me. If you have any question or comments, go ahead and throw them in the comment section below or on our website at adobemasters.net. If you'd like to see more videos similar to this one, go to that subscribe button. I make a video. Try to make one every week on different things. Check out the course, and until next time, see ya.